everyone. Welcome to the program. This is Sunday Politics, live on Channels Television. I'm Sean Kimbalwe here in Abuja. Tonight, we'll be discussing some quite interesting topics. First, I think we should begin in Lagos, where our attention is now turning to a major political realignment that could have far-reaching implications for the opposition ahead of the 2027 elections in Lagos. The former Labour Party governorship candidate in the 2023 elections, Rhodes-Vivour, has officially joined the African Democratic Congress, ADC, now aligning himself with a broader coalition of parties seeking to challenge the dominance of the All Progressives Congress, APC. His defection was marked by strong words on the need for unity among opposition forces, with Rhodes-Vivour insisting that only a robust coalition can rescue Nigeria from what he described as divisive politics. Well, the declaration was not without some controversy. Rhodes-Vivour has accused the police of aiding attacks on his supporters in Lagos during the Lagos event over the weekend, alleging that hoodlums disrupted the rally while law enforcement looked the other way. The development has already sparked heated debate about the state of Nigeria's democracy, the freedom of political expression, and the elite ability of the opposition to campaign without intimidation.
And withdraw our security and allow thugs and aided them. You spoke with them, you said there was somebody there. But he was there. This country is not the president.
No fear of God. People are going to sleep this night. They are going to sleep well this night. You are helping them destroy this our country. Whatever we are fighting for is for you. It's for you. We want a better life for you. What are we doing here? Is it not just to meet and gather in a church? Are we going to destroy the church? Eh? No fear of God.
And withdraw our security.
Mr. Rhodes-Vivour, the former Labour Party governorship candidate, now in the ADC, is live for us on the program. He joins us virtually from Lagos. Thank you so much, Mr. Rhodes-Vivour, for joining us tonight on the program.
Thank you for having me. Can you hear me, Sean?
Yeah, good. I can hear you. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we will put context into that video that we saw earlier. But let me ask you, why dump the Labour Party?
I will not say I dumped the Labour Party. Currently, there are two groups in the Labour Party, as you know. One of them is pro-coalition, right? And I've said this constantly, even on your show, as far back as a year now, saying that any opposition that is serious in this country with the kind of bureaucracy that is currently going on needs to come together. A coalition is the only way that we can stand a chance in another election in this country. And I've said this consistently over a period of time. So the idea is to build a broad-based coalition, unite all political parties, all people in opposition to face the ruling party. So we have joined the coalition. The ADC is the party that the coalition has adopted, and the group of Labour Party to which I align are pro-coalition as well.
So you are no longer in the Labour Party, because there are those who say they are in the Labour Party, but they are part of the coalition. But your own case is different. You've said your goodbyes.
I have formally joined the party of the coalition, yes.
So officially, we can no longer refer to you as a member of the Labour Party. You are now in the ADC officially.
Certainly, if you choose to, yes. But okay, like I said, it's a coalition, so everybody who has to go and come and join us is okay.
And so to get some clarity, you are likely to contest for governor again on the platform, this time on the platform of the ADC. Is that right?
By God's grace.
Okay. Let me ask you, you have framed this move of yours as part of a broader coalition to challenge the APC in 2027. Can you outline how this coalition is different from past opposition alliances in Nigeria, many of which have now struggled with internal divisions?
So, you see, these broader philosophical ideas are interesting to talk about. Well, you see, I feel that we are just, there's an elephant in the room that we are not addressing, right? We can philosophize on our politics all we want, but there's a situation where all across Nigeria, opposition parties are trying to gather and have meetings, and they are being met with violence. From Kaduna to Gombe to Lagos, what happened yesterday, right? If we want to talk about big ideas in politics, and you find that the federal government and the state government seemingly are trying to create a one-party state, if Nigerians do not resist that, and political actors do not come together to resist that, then what is the conversation about any bigger ideal in our politics? What is the guarantee that there will even be an election at this rate?
And you don't bother about the possibility. You know your history in Lagos politics. You were in the PDP. You left. You are now left the Labour Party.
I was in the COA party.
Yeah, you were in COA.
Let's start from there.
Yeah. You were in COA.
I ran for local government chairman. Yeah. Yes, I ran for local government chairman. I joined the PDP. I ran for Senate. I wanted to put up a run for governor. You know the conditions that led me to defect, to leave the PDP. I ran under Labour Party for governorship, and I've joined the coalition now in the ADC.
So that's a question I'm asking. Whether all of these divisions in the politics, how rather, is the ADC that you have joined different?
Different from?
I mean, you move from COA to PDP especially, there was a lot of drama with you and the PDP before moving into the Labour Party. You've seen the division in the Labour Party. You have now moved into the ADC. So the question is that a lot of your supporters who are watching tonight will be wondering, okay, what do we expect right now? Why do we believe, or why should we believe the ADC and all of these divisions? That's the question here.
I see where your question is coming from now. The ADC, joining the coalition is a very practical step. It's a very practical step. For me, as a politician in Lagos State, having experienced what I did in 2023, and the need to form a broader coalition, the ADC currently is a party that is one of the most stable in relation to opposition politics. Is one of the parties that is bringing a lot of people together, so giving us more strength, giving us more network, giving us the capacity to penetrate the grassroots even more. And it's a party that I believe will be able to make a major difference with the way we are moving and the way that we are building our structures all the way down to the wards and the polling units. On the other hand, you look at the current situation on the Labour Party. The Supreme Court has given a ruling for an early part of this year now. Up until now, INEC is yet to interpret that ruling. INEC has not made a stand on who is in charge of the party. And with that, every time there is a need or a decision for a parties need to organize their congresses. Parties need to start preparing for their primaries, all between now, September, and March, April, right? So we don't have time. We need a party that's going to be ready to do the work, which is building a robust structure all the way down to the ward level with stability and a platform that can allow this work to be done without any distraction. So that's the very practical reason why we joined the ADC.
So did you inform Mr. Peter Obi of your movement?
Certainly. So certainly.
So are you in
a representative of his was at the declaration yesterday. Channels was there. I don't know if you've seen the video.
No, I did. So are you in alignment with him, or is he in alignment with you? It does look like you're moving in the areas he's moving. It does look like you align along with his politics.
His Excellency and I are communicating. We are aligned. There is no step that's being taken that he's not aware of. And again, like I said, we have all agreed that the only way to have a successful election for us in the opposition is a coalition. Where, regardless of where anybody is at this point in time, we have all come to that agreement and we are all working towards that aim.
So you got Peter Obi's approval to join the ADC?
Yes.
Fabulous. Give me your view about those who think that Tinubu is Lagos, Lagos is Tinubu as far as politics is concerned. And that those who have said to you, you can only become governor of Lagos State, GRV, if you join the Tinubu politics. Do you see yourself one day aligning with the Tinubu politics in Lagos?
No, I don't. I'd rather go and focus on my business, on my work, on my family. That would be a complete waste of time. The reason why we're in politics is to make the lives of Lagosians better. It's to restore Lagos to its old glory. Glory that a lot of people might not really be familiar with in terms of the history of Lagos and the greatness that Lagos once was. Any party or any platform that does not allow me to maximize the commonwealth of Lagos for the benefit of its people is a complete waste of time. And as you have highlighted, I've moved from COA party to the PDP, to Labour Party, now to the ADC. You never hear that there was once a dalliance with the AD or APC in any way, shape or form. And that is consistency in my short political career, starting from 2016. Because I am convicted that Lagos will be so much better and will breathe a breath of fresh air if the domination of this, what has become a bureaucracy, is removed from the neck of Lagos State. This thuggery where politicians believe that they don't have to serve the people. Instead, they will rely on violence to suppress and intimidate the people. And that is something that does not align with me in any way, shape or form.
I mean, is this realization easy for you? Those who think that the new Lagos is built on the backs and the effort, the sweat of Bola Tinubu. And when some of you talk like this, the people in the APC will begin to wonder, have you forgotten how Lagos was and how Lagos is now? And the dramatic development the will claim has come to Lagos, especially in the recent years under Babajide Sanwo-Olu. That those who will say there tremendous development that has happened in these years.
You see, it's very unfortunate again because a lot of people don't know Lagos history. Bola Ahmed Tinubu and most of these people, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and most of these people grew up in a Lagos where they opened the tap and water was coming out. Can they do that now without boreholes? We're surrounded by water. They grew up in a Lagos where they could send their children to public schools and they'll get quality education. Can they do that now? They grew up in a Lagos where there was affordable housing. And it's thanks to Alhaji Lateef Jakunde, people got access to affordable housing. Have you seen the level of how expensive accommodation is in Lagos State today? Do you realize how difficult it is for people to afford where to live? They grew up in a Lagos where the quality of healthcare, right? The quality of healthcare was epic. And the issue that I find is a lot of people that try to define what politics is today. And I think there's been a lot of good propaganda work that has happened, because people have quickly forgotten that Lagos was the crucible in which Nigeria was built. A lot of Nigerian history was formed in Lagos. On the streets of Isaleko that have been completely destroyed, and I go and look at it now, looking like a ghetto. There was an area of Victorian Lagos. As far back as 1910, we had water being pumped. People were paying water rates. So when people say this, I think, you see, it's a very big problem, because people, they have a very short understanding. The span of the understanding of Lagos is very, very limited, right? And then you now look at when they talk about the so-called developments of Lagos. Look at all the IGR that they have raised, but look at all the debt that Lagos is in. And then you realize that even this development that you're talking about is mainly pushed by the private sector. Private individuals from all over Nigeria are developing estates, businesses, thriving in spite of the government. So, I don't, I guess I'm carrying Lagos history that will be passed down. So my perspective on Lagos and its history is much wider, it's much further. So I cannot agree with anybody that will say anything like that. Lagos is where we get our pedigree from. Bola met Tinubu. When he came into Lagos, he met a Lagos that was thriving. What happened after the military and all of that? Yes, there might have been decline, but you cannot take away from the history of the greatness that Lagos was.
But tell me, GRV, do you, in your real analysis of the politics of Lagos, think that you can displace Bola Tinubu politics and the Bola Tinubu structure of politics in Lagos? Many have tried, but they have failed. Do you have a new strategy? Do you have new ideas? Do you have new agenda that is better for the people of Lagos? And that those who remember to say, perhaps you are one of those who preach the agenda of Lagos is for all, Lagos is for no one.
I don't believe that Lagos belongs to one man. That's why my entire movement is called Our Lagos. Lagos is our shared responsibility. Lagos is our home. And the idea that Lagos belongs to one man is something that I'm completely against. The idea that our Commonwealth can be commandeered by one man for over 2 decades is something that I'm against. And I feel that it's not about me. It's not about Gbadebo. It's about the people of Lagos. It's about the people of Nigeria. But how long? I mean, look at the situation that we have today. You have local government chairmen going on inner roads that are terrible, absolutely terrible in this Lagos, in Alimosho, with policemen to prevent an opposition party from having a gathering on Lionfield in Alimosho. Go and look at the state of the roads, all those inner roads. They do not focus on doing that. They do not focus after 20 years of making such a difference to the government that any opposition that will come up will just be seen as people wasting their time. Not because of violence or intimidation, but because of the quality of good governance that they have given the people. If they are giving people good quality governance, they will not be bothered by opposition. They will not be resorting to using violence and intimidation, right? So, like I say, and I said earlier today, violence is the last refuge of incompetence. Anything solid, they've not lifted the lives of people up to be able to use that to campaign, or instead rely on violence. That in itself says everything.
So, before I allow you to speak to what happened, the narrative that was created in Lagos, those who are offended on one part and those who feel anyone from nowhere can come to Lagos and Lagos belongs to everybody. There are those who say they are indigenes, they are aborigines of Lagos who feel that their land is being taken over and don't agree with that narrative. feel that their land is being taken over and don't agree with that narrative. And there are those who believe that you are to blame because you are brought up that narrative. Oh, married to an Igbo woman, Lagos, the non-indigens should come around and all of that. And there are those who are offended. How do you maneuver those kind of tendencies?
So, first of all, maybe it's a network issue. I did not fully hear your question, but I think you're referring to indigent rights versus the idea of Lagos being a cosmopolitan city. And I don't think it's one or the other. I think the helm of affairs should be the citizens, the indigents of Lagos have no other place to call home. You never find a Dosumuga and be governor in Ogun State. You never find I don't know, an Anima Shao go and be governor or even local government chairman in Oshogbo. So let us be fair to the indigents of Lagos, and that is one. Another reality is Lagos State has been cosmopolitan since the 1700s. Look at Oshodi. That family is from Nupe. Our royal family is Benin, right? And they've come together to create an identity. They fought for freedom in this place. That struggle created an identity of people. That is a reality that you cannot wish away. And the fact is, Lagos' success, the fact that there is so much wealth in Lagos, is related to the ideology of the indigents of Lagos, which is something that accommodates people to do business. That is our history. It did not start with me.
So no regrets that you pushed that narrative.
What narrative did I push? I never pushed. What narrative did I push? As far back as in the 70s, Mobolaji Johnson was the one that had on national dailies that Lagos is not a no man's land. Lagos is not a no man's land, right? There are indigents here, and they feel marginalized. I mean, Renaissance pictures have been talking about this for so long. General Laiwaju, even Femi Okunu, I can name names that consistently spoke about this. Right? So people trying to deflect instead of talking about the issues that concern people. The fact that today, as of today, Lagos State has spent over 65 billion between 2023 and 2025 on buying cars for its lawmakers, right? 30 billion they are budgeting for this in this 2025 to do what's it called? New fence access and beautification. Meanwhile, there are so many schools that are dilapidated. Hostels, you are not getting quality healthcare from. Our taps, you have to have borehole in your house to get water, right? These are issues that affect Lagosians. These are issues that matter. The cost of living, these are issues that matter. Or rather, they want to use this distraction and this deflection so we continue to bicker about tribe, who owns Lagos, who is the indigene, who is the non-indigene. Issues that don't affect whether you can send your children to school, whether you can eat, the quality of your life, it doesn't affect it at all. It is just a distraction. And they create these narratives. That is all it is. You see that as we are going to the election, you start to see various fake accounts come up, start making claims that these non-indians say they own this, these people say they own that. You look at even Jimmy Agbaji's campaign, they called him Jimmy Chukwu, governor of the Easterners. Anybody that comes up against this hegemony, right? This is their tactic. Their tactic is a bigoted one. That's what they do, right? But I'm trying to bring this back to issues that matter to Lagosian and Nigerian for years after the election.
Now, on a final note, you felt attacked, you and your supporters, and you have accused the police and the APC and the ruling party in Lagos State of being behind it, and you've called it an intimidation of the opposition. Can you speak to that video we saw? Are you on the right side of the law? What exactly really happened?
Okay, so in summary, we had booked a field. It's called the Lion Field in Alimosho. We had booked it, we had paid for it. We notified the police because we are not supposed to get permission from police to gather. That's our constitutional right. We notified them and tell them that we are going to do something here. And they accepted. We got a verbal confirmation. On Thursday, we got another verbal communication that the CP, Commissioner of Police, said that we cannot have our event there. That same Thursday night, we have videos. Local government chairmen in company of between 60 to 80 armed men went to the field with a Black Maria, several Hilux buses, and occupied that field. I was there on Friday. I spoke with the police, the commander of the police that was there. I looked around, made an assessment of the situation, and I made a video to talk about it. It's on my social media. The commander told me that the CP, this commissioner of police, said I should come and see him immediately. I left directly to GRA. I called the CP, he did not respond. I sent him a text, he did not respond. I waited for 2 hours and I left. In order to avoid any altercation, we then made 4 different plans. A plan for 2 halls, one of which was where we did the affirmation. Channels was there, so I'm sure you can have access to that video as well. And then the other one for my people to gather in a church. Now, bear in mind, that Lion Field that I paid for, the APC did their own program and rally there while they were protected by the police. Right? This is a fact. Channels can confirm it. Your people can confirm it. Now, my field that was in a church that my people had started going to and started gathering, the police came there. We have video as well. First gate open. The first asked the question, they sparked, the thugs came in and the police were behind them. Again, we have pictures and video documentary evidence of this as well. A lot of damage was done. My own blood sister had to go to the hospital to get stitched in the head. My aide was hit, and people that were supposed to benefit from a health outreach, right? Because my sister is director of the RV Foundation, especially the health branch, were hurt, were chased, were intimidated. And when I came, because when I heard about it, I came there, the police had sealed the whole place off and said that I could not go in. After all of that, that is what happened. Channels was there, your cameraman was there, he saw all of this. So, I mean, you can also look at that, and maybe Channels can do a documentary on everything that happened and play both sides. So see who's
Are you willing to take this up officially?
Take this up with who, Shem?
So you are helpless, is that what you're saying?
Helpless? Helpless? I'm anything but. You see, what this country is doing, and it's unfortunate because what this country is doing, and it's unfortunate because one party and the ambition of one man or a group of people that believe that they don't have to do their work and uplift the lives of the Nigerian. Instead, they'll use force and brutish behavior coming from NSAS to 2023 elections to this. It's all connected, right? They are not doing the job that they're in office for. Instead, they are using intimidation and violence to hold power for the sake of holding power. Now, you can only continue to do that to a point. And I have to remind these people in office that Nigerians are not cowards. And they should know, because they feel that their generation faced the military. You are not going to continue pushing your youth around like this and think you're going to get away with it. So when you ask me, who am I going to talk with? Who am I going to take? Am I going to report to the police? The CP was there at Lion Field. The DCP was in front of the gate at the church. They came and supervised the destruction of over 70 buses. The police were supposed to be there to protect lives and property. They were there when all of these things happened. So is it them I'm going to go and report to? They are literally destroying every relevance and respect for our institutions. And at a point where people no longer believe they can get justice, where people no longer believe that that security can be provided for them. Just like how in Nigeria we believe that we cannot get water from the water corporation. What do? We get our borehole.
Thank you so much. Badebo Rhodes-Vivour, a former Lagos governorship candidate of the Labour Party, who has since moved on to the ADC. Thank you so much indeed for your time tonight.
Thank you for having me, Sean.
Thank you.